Hi, unnamed fan base. I am Jarvis Landry, wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns, and today I wanted to take a trip down memory lane. Unfortunately, I don't have a driver's license. I only have this permit from when I was 14, nor do I know where memory lane is. Doesn't ring a bell. Anyway, today you'll just have to settle for me making fun of moody romance memes for teenagers. Being a teenager is rough, I think. All I remember from that time is having a lot of dramatic emotions, listening exclusively to Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco, and never leaving my house because I was too busy making angsty forum signatures. So you best believe I held a lot of hands, and by hold a lot of hands I mean left a lot of vague AIM away messages that I hoped my crush would read. I just want to make sure I sufficiently embarrass myself before we get into today's topic, because I was on Instagram this week working on a different video actually about fake fact accounts, and I discovered a lot of these like love and romance themed Instagrams for, it seems like they're for teenagers. Pointless existence, one-sided love for you, and painful writings. And I assume they're for teens mostly because they're very moody. He left, she left, love didn't. They photoshopped the Blue Angels onto a Drake album cover. And come to think of it, Drake's lyrics are, I think, partially responsible for this phenomenon. I know they say that first love is the sweetest, but the first kiss is the deepest. Some of these are borderline emo. If you're not good looking, you have no rights to love someone. No need to visit me after my death. I needed you when I was alive. Smiley face. And their whole concept of love seems like it comes from pop music and bad Disney movies. I love you more than words and more than breath and more than life. Also, one of the accounts is literally called Feelings of a Teen, so just a hunch. I ended up finding hundreds of these accounts, and they're all very weird. I also saw myself in a lot of these memes, which is why I wanted to talk about it. Just look at this kid. My driver's permit looks like a mugshot. And since then I've gone from moody teenager to moody adult with exactly the same music taste. Also, in my last video, some people pointed out to me that my shirt folded so it looked like it said Crying My Best, and honestly that's a brand I can get behind. So for a limited time I'm gonna make Crying My Best shirts, and if you want some free merch, DM me on Instagram or Twitter. I'm gonna give some away over there. I think I'll leave it up for about a week, and you can use promo code CRYING for 10% off. With that out of the way, let's get into the memes. Missing you is my hobby. Caring for you is my job. Making you happy is my duty, and loving you is my life. It sounds like you don't have any hobbies. I mean, I get it. I've had, my life consumed by relationships, but it doesn't end well. Obviously, in my experience, if this is gonna sound crazy, you'll be happier if you've got your own stuff going on. Otherwise, you're basically giving control of your feelings to another person. So don't do that, or else. Nudes. Will you force me to sending nudes? Yes, I will, but not your body. I wanna see your soul naked. I want to know your darkest secrets. I love you. I love you more. Gross. What kind of question is this? Is this the start of a conversation? What should I say? Hello? No, that's too forward. How about, will you force me into sending nudes? Yeah, that'll get his attention. Also, if anyone is asking you if you're gonna force them to do something, maybe don't answer yes, especially because he's just being coy for no reason. I'd love to see this guy in an interrogation. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Did you steal the precious jewels? Yes. In fact, I stole the most precious jewel of them all. The jewel of knowledge from the vault of understanding. You're under arrest. 3 things I can't control. Smile on my face when I see you. Tears in my eyes when I miss you. Jealousy when I see you with someone else. So one of the major themes that you'll see with these memes, one of the meme themes, is jealousy. And that's not very good. I know that it's natural sometimes to feel jealous, but try to identify the inner insecurity there. If it helps, jealousy is usually seen as a pretty unattractive trait, so just let people be themselves. Or don't. This is a YouTube video. Yes, I'm selfish, smirk, because I don't want to share you with anyone else, winky face. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of these memes sound like pop songs. NSYNC actually has a certified heater called Selfish that is about exactly this topic.
Yes, I am selfish. Smirk face. 'Cause I don't want to share you with anyone. Wink.
PSA, don't read into pop lyrics. You're gonna be disappointed. Lucky are those who have a loyal and caring person in their life, but having someone who gives you priority more than PUBG is a blessing. The PUBG reference is so specific, but they're trying to package this as like a profound quote. Actually, come to think of it, this reminds me of one of my favorite pieces of wisdom that you can like take with you throughout life. Non-violence is the weapon of the strong, but Armadill's Godsword is the strongest weapon in old school RuneScape, so come to Deep Wildy and fight me, nub. That one's from Gandhi. Next, I want to talk about relationship goals, which come up a lot in these memes, and you know relationship goals. Like when you see John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, or Jay-Z and Beyonce, or Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden, and you're like, that, like I want to shrink myself down to the size of a pea and then just like burrow into their bodies and live out their exact experience for myself, you know? Just me. Relationship. I want a relationship like Tom and Jerry. Fight daily, but still can't live without each other. There's a lot to unpack here. Like the fact that relationship is in quotes, that's suspicious. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you don't want a relationship like Tom and Jerry because they're a duo that is famous for trying to kill one another. Funnily enough, because of this post, I think Instagram started recommending me Tom and Jerry clips. And in one of them, Tom calls an exterminator to their house to murder Jerry. So honestly, hashtag goals. Oh my God, goals. Baby, are you jealous?
No!
Baby, are you jealous? I already told you. No. Baby, can I get a kiss? Go get a kiss from that ugly who liked your status on Facebook.
Emoji.
Why is this goals? I can see if maybe by that ugly who liked your status on Facebook, they were talking about themselves, but is that what they mean? I certainly hope that's it, because otherwise this conversation is very concerning and they should seek counseling. Did you see how he replied no with 4 exclamation points? That is a lot of exclamation points. I'm concerned.
I miss you, no, correct that. I miss the old you, the one that cared about me.
I just can't shake the feeling that these would sound better as songs.
I trusted you, and now your words mean nothing to me because your actions spoke the truth.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, will stop Detective Hoodie from finding the truth.
How do you say goodbye when your heart still wants to hold on?
When you love someone, age, distance, height, and weight are just numbers. But did you know that when you don't love someone, they're also numbers? Before we started dating, Sally, I, to be honest, saw your age, distance, height, and weight as abstract shapes, and it really confused me because I don't do shapes so good. Now that we're in love, I finally see them as numbers. This next one's just called Kiss. How are you? I'm fine. Are you sure? Yeah, I said I'm fine. Tell me the truth. I miss you, okay? I miss you so much, and it's killing me. Hey, why you are not replying? I'm sorry. I'm here in front of your house. Come outside and kiss me. Why is this text conversation in sepia tone? It looks like it's been passed down through generations. So a topic that comes up far more than it should on these accounts is pregnancy, and it always comes complete with a ridiculous story. Pregnant. I am pregnant. I like how they put pregnant right there at the top. That way, you know it's about pregnancy. You probably wouldn't have gathered that from the conversation. Hey, I'm pregnant. Whoa. Slow down. What are we talking about? Pregnant? Oh, okay, continue. I'm pregnant. Wow, congrats. Pregnant. Must be a sequel. Hey, I'm pregnant. These people are very direct. Hi, hello, I'm pregnant. Next question. Wow. But why are you upset? Is it a mistake? No. Honey, don't be sad. Let's get married. Heart emoji. Why do you worry? I will talk to your parents and now smile. A new life is waiting for us both. One thing for sure is that I want a baby girl. I can't tell if this conversation is happening in person or over text. How would he know if she was upset if it was a text based on the words, hey, I'm pregnant, which seems pretty casual, to be honest. But if it was in person, how could he use an emoji? Either he's a mind-reading empath, he just said an emoji out loud, which is maybe the first time that's ever happened, or they're sitting next to each other, but texting this very intimate conversation. Also, this feels like a conversation that you probably shouldn't have over text. I like how he follows a new life is waiting for us both with one thing's for sure is I want a baby girl. Is it a mistake? I don't know. Is it a girl? Miss me with that boy shit. Okay, so this next story is exciting because we've been building to this. From the executive producer of Pregnant and the studio that brought you Pregnant, no relation, New Line Cinema presents Pregnant. I'm pregnant, she said while sleeping. He was happy to hear the good news, so he was happy. Did you catch that? You might have missed it, so I can explain. He was happy to hear the good news, so he was happy. It's really quite profound. He was excited, hell excited. Are you pregnant? He asked. I'm pregnant. Are you pregnant? It's very common among the kids to respond to a statement with the question form of that statement. Oh, I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Basic teen stuff. No, it was just a dream. Can I ask you a question? Baby, it's 1 a.m. In my dream, you left me after knowing that I'm pregnant. Will you leave me? She said in a low voice. Oh. Will you leave me? And what follows is an Oscar award-winning speech. I just hope that I could do it justice. Are you mad or what? Stop watching movies. I ain't going anywhere. When I have the guts to sleep with you, I have guts to raise our child. Also, how can you even think like this? First, stop watching movies. First, halfway through the paragraph, he already said stop watching movies. If the news is true, we'll raise our child. I don't know what the this is. Oh, sorry. Forgot to tell you. They're in a relationship. They're not married. Is this an author's note in the middle of the story? Can you imagine if books had this?
It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are. Far more than our abilities.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you that Dumbledore has a foot fetish and likes to be called Dumbledaddy in bed. Anyway, back to my epic tale of heroism and destiny. Don't worry too much about this because it won't come up again at all.
Oh my god, this! Tag someone who needs to read this. Comment love letter by letter. One of the engagement tactics that a lot of these accounts use is to have people comment a word that's relevant to the story letter by letter on Instagram. I don't know why. Maybe it's good for the algorithm or whatever, but it looks really dumb. Smoking and drinking may kill you, but so does loving someone. Type kill letter by letter. We fall in love with 3 people in our lifetime, each for a specific reason. I mean, yeah, duh, everybody knows that. I mean, Ariana Grande said it best. 1 teaches you love, 1 teaches you patience, 1 teaches you pain, and if that doesn't work out, then you'll never fall in love again, sorry. Will you marry me? Do you have a house? None, but do you have a BMW car? None, but how much is your salary? How's this guy proposing to this woman and she doesn't know any basic facts about him? Oh wow, yeah, I guess we have been dating for a while. Are you homeless? We've been going steady for about 2 years now and I still haven't seen his BMW car, so I guess I should just ask if he has one. No salary, but no but. You have nothing. You have nothing. If you don't have a BMW car, you have nothing. How can I marry you? Just leave me, please. Girl goes away. Boy, talking to himself. I have 1 villa, 3 plots. 3 plots? Is this 1596? 3 Ferrari, 2 Porsche, 1 Lamborghini. His girlfriend just left him and now he's mumbling to himself about how much money he has. Well, technically I don't have 1 house, I have 3, so that's not even counting the plots. Why do I still need to buy a cheap BMW? How can I get the salary when I'm actually the boss? Moral: don't judge anyone because everyone has a different story. That was not the moral that I was expecting. I was thinking something more along the lines of don't judge someone for their specific material possessions, or if you do, maybe find out before your boyfriend proposes. In case you were wondering if these accounts are super skeezy and only exist to make money, you're right. Disclaimer: we the admin don't take any responsibility of shopping pages. They buy ads from us and we promote them on our pages, but always take their information before purchasing anything because some of them might do fraud. I can't be responsible for their fraud. All I did was take their money and promote them to my thousands of impressionable followers. How are you? Fine. Confused, betrayed, useless, broken, never good enough, fragile, anxious, I'm falling apart, and you don't notice it. Yeah. That's how words work.
Great. What could this possibly mean? We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
How can I forget you when your name is still my phone's password? I have an idea. Change your password. Don't make attachments. Life is not a Gmail. What is this trying to argue? That you shouldn't do things that you can do in Gmail? Like communicate with people? Also, Gmail doesn't make attachments. You still make the attachments. This is actually from one of my favorite of these Instagram accounts, Painful Writings. And their account has a large collection of quotes that are like just as weird and cheesy against backdrops that make absolutely no sense.
Love turns men into boy. Heartache turns boy into men.
You know, I've given these accounts a hard time, but I have to admit, they teach some pretty good life lessons.
Hey, last night you and your girlfriend slept together? Yeah? So? How was it? Did you lose your virginity? Yes, I lose my virginity, but through words, my girlfriend shared her all dark secrets instead of her body. I learned the real meaning of sex.
You're still a virgin, man. Why do people keep answering yes to questions where the answer is obviously no? Is this the same guy from the nude texts? So, Karen and I have a bit of a surprise announcement. Oh my God, are you guys pregnant? Yeah, we're pregnant. Pregnant with questions. Questions about this world. Are you gonna be parents or? Yeah, I guess we are gonna be parents. Of ourselves. As we've come of age, it's time to leave our mother's nest. I'm confused. We broke up. Did you know girls usually can't maintain eye contact with the person they love? That explains everything. It's not that she dislikes me and wants to avoid me. She's in love with me. That's a healthy conclusion to draw here. Hey man, how are things with Karen? Karen? I haven't looked her in the eye in weeks. Wow man, congrats. A tear is made of 1% water and 99% feelings. Hey, could I have some of that water? This isn't water. It's 99% feelings. It's very expensive. You bottle your feelings. Is it that obvious? All right, so that about does it for weird relationship memes on Instagram. I am gonna go sit in a corner and think about what I've done. So while I was editing the video, I got a tweet from an actual 15-year-old. So shout out to Jennifer. She said, I'm 15 and my life is boring. So anyone got tips, please send. I'm desperate. So I figured I would answer this in the video for all of the teenagers watching who are feeling like, you know, confused by life and everything. Just know that you're doing great and keep your head up. No one has it figured out, even the adults that seem like they do, like your parents probably. And as sad and emo as I was as a teenager, so much of my life is defined by that time. Like for example, doing YouTube. But if you had told me then what I'd be doing now, I wouldn't believe it. So waste your time, because you're probably not actually wasting it. Value your friendships, know your worth, find things you love, and just keep trying. And try not to obsess over things that aren't meant for you right now, because something just as good or better could be right around the corner. Things will get better if you let them. Thanks to Amanda, or PandaQTA1, for sending me a message on Instagram. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. If you want me to butcher your name, do the thing in the places, and I'll take notice, and I will pronounce your name, husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.